Hello everybody, this is Kyler from Lone Peak Overland. Today we're going to be going over how to install your own diesel heater port. Keep in mind, any damage or water intrusion caused by improper installation is not covered by LP's warranty. Little warning, this is a difficult DIY. If you do not feel 100% comfortable using a router, I would find somebody who is. Now let's get into it. The things that will be included in your Lone Peak diesel heater port kit will be the cutting jig for your style of camper. The VHB will already be applied to it. A couple other things we're going to need here. Cutting jig, as we've already told you. We're going to need our router with our 1/2-inch flush cut bit. We're going to need a file to clean up any hard burrs, edges. ISO alcohol to clean up, to adhere to the panel when we're done. We're going to need a small flathead screwdriver to do our wiring. A small piece of D-channel or some type of wire guide to keep it clean. We'll need a drill with a 9/16 or bigger bit, just bigger than your router bit. And tape primer finally to adhere when we're done. All right, our first step is going to be lining up our jig, making sure that it fits our camper. We're going to go for the rivet holes, match those. We're also going to match this top edge of the seam. Now this can be done in two ways. I prefer to have the panel open and do it from the top, but feel free to do it from the side, whatever you feel more comfortable with. So next up, we're going to remove our pieces of VHB from our jig. So next up, after we have our double-sided tape adhesive exposed, we're going to realign, not sticking yet, making sure that we're flush with the top edge and our rivets. Once we feel good about it, we can stick it on. Now, like I said before, I feel more comfortable doing it with the panel open, but feel free to do it the way you like. First, we're going to make our drill hole. We're going to be careful to not drill into our jig, but make a hole for our router bit. I just went with my drill bit size, but if you want to make a pilot hole, feel better about it, feel free. All right, now the next step is going to be getting our jig prepared. It's very specific on the height, so double check, make sure that you've got it right. We're going to sit it through our hole. We're going to set it flush on the top of our jig, and we're going to examine the bottom. Now, as you can see here, our blade is against the panel, but not against the jig. You want to make sure that your bearing is rolling against the jig and that your blade is against the panel. All right, now we're on to the fun part. We're going to be cutting the hole. Now, crucial step, remember, 2 hands at all times. If this router starts to chatter and get very violent, so just remember, word of caution, control the router, don't let it control you. Now, while you're going around for the cut, if you ever feel like you need to stop or you're getting hung up, just turn the machine off, hold it still, and wait for it to stop, realign, and start again. All right, we did it. We got our hole. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and peel our jig off. Now we're gonna go through, we're gonna clean up any residual VHB that's left on the panel. We're gonna look at our edges, see if there's anything real rough that we're gonna need to file off or clean up. And then from there, we're gonna stick our diesel heater port. Now this is totally optional. It's just something that I do personally. Any type of rough edge or anything like that, burr, I just take my file and I just smoothly go across it. Not digging in, but just getting rid of that extra material. Alrighty, and now next up, we're going to do our tape primer. We're only going to go about a 1/2 inch outside of the rim of the cutting. We're just going to apply a little bit right here, all the way around. And there we go. Doesn't have to be a lot, a little bit will do it. One word of advice, make sure that it dries completely. So from here, we got our primer on, we've got it dried, we're ready to adhere our diesel heater port. So we're gonna remove the VHB from this side of the diesel heater. Be careful about sticking it on, because once it's on, it's on. Something I like to do is I like to have the lid open. It makes the guiding a little bit easier. So now we're gonna match that width. We're gonna bring it in. Find its home. There it is. And then we're gonna put pressure all the way around it for a few seconds. Let that tape primer grab on. And that stuff is done. Alrighty, next up, we're gonna go ahead and route our wire to our juice box, if you have one. So we're gonna go ahead and add a piece of heat shrink to this so we can hide the bare wire when we're done. Now, a critical step here is to have the panel open while you're running the wire. Just in case if the wire ends up too tight, it could rip out of the back of the diesel heater port. So be careful of that. So now, that's where the piece of D channel comes in, is right here. Go ahead and stick this guy up there, or any kind of a cable guide you'd like to use. So we're gonna wrap that guy in there. And we're still giving it some slack here. We never want that wire tight. Just into that. And now we're gonna move down and hit our port. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and find a clean routing for our wire. We've got in our D channel, we've got slack on our line. We're just gonna find a home for this guy. Alrighty. Now, unless you wanna wire it custom, the way that we wire it here is, it would be the 5th and 6th port on our juice box from the right. So 5th, 6th. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little slack to this guy, and I'm gonna cut it basically at the base of the ports. Put my heat shrink back on. That'll hide all of our color wires. Now we're gonna go ahead and expose some wire out of these. About a 1/4 inch or so. You don't want a lot. That's too skinny. I'm gonna give my wires a little twist just to keep them clean and keep them together. Now I'm gonna go red into the 6th spot and blue into the 5th. And I'm gonna make sure that these ports are open. So lefty loosey on these guys. That'll open the port. Then we can drop these guys in and we tighten them down. Just good finger tight. We're not trying to go crazy. And there it is. Now from here, I'll slide my heat shrink down just to cover those the colored wires. And that's about it, guys. Making sure that you got the slack in the line, got a clean hole. Now you have an awesome mess to clean up. Any issues, please email us, team@lonepeakoverland.com.